The unveiling of a new Earth, embracing the shift into higher frequencies. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, an extraordinary event is taking place, a profound shift in the frequencies of the Earth. It is a momentous occasion, heralding the dawn of a new era, a time when humanity is being called to awaken to their true nature and embrace the higher frequencies of consciousness. For eons, the Earth has journeyed through various cycles of evolution, each bringing forth new lessons, challenges, and opportunities for growth. Now, as we stand on the precipice of a new age, the veils that have obscured our vision are being lifted, revealing the radiant truth that lies at the core of our being. This unveiling is not a sudden occurrence but rather a gradual process that has been unfolding over many years. It began with whispers, subtle nudges from the depths of our soul, urging us to question the status quo and seek a deeper understanding of our purpose and place in the grand tapestry of existence. As we open ourselves to the possibility of a higher reality, we start to perceive the world through new eyes. The once familiar landscapes of our lives take on a mystical quality, and we begin to sense the interconnectedness of all things. We realize that we are not separate from the Earth, but rather an integral part of its intricate web of life. In this new paradigm, the old ways of thinking and being no longer serve us. We are being called to release outdated beliefs and patterns that have kept us confined to a limited perception of reality. It is time to let go of fear, doubt, and judgment, and instead embrace love, compassion, and unity. The shift into higher frequencies requires a willingness to embark on an inner journey, a journey of self-discovery and self-mastery. We must be willing to explore the depths of our own consciousness, facing our shadows with courage and compassion. As we heal and integrate the fragmented aspects of ourselves, we reclaim our power and align with the truth of who we are. At the heart of this shift is the recognition that we are not just physical beings but also energetic beings, vibrating at specific frequencies. Our thoughts, emotions, and intentions carry a vibrational charge that interacts with the energetic field of the Earth and the cosmos. As we raise our vibration, we become aligned with higher states of consciousness and attract experiences that reflect our newfound awareness. This shift is not without its challenges. It requires us to confront our own resistance and fears, to let go of the familiar and step into the unknown. It asks us to trust in the unseen forces that guide and support us on our journey. It invites us to surrender to the flow of life and embrace the inherent wisdom of the universe. As we embrace this shift, we begin to experience a profound sense of expansion and liberation. We tap into the infinite wellspring of creativity and inspiration that resides within us. We discover that we have the power to co-create our reality and manifest our deepest desires. We realize that the limitations we once perceived were merely illusions, and that we are capable of so much more than we ever imagined. In this new Earth, love is the guiding force. It is the foundation upon which all of our thoughts, words, and actions are built. Love is not just a fleeting emotion but a state of being, a way of life. It is the recognition that we are all interconnected and that the well-being of one affects the well-being of all. Love is the key that unlocks the door to higher consciousness and ignites the flame of transformation within us. As we embrace the shift into higher frequencies, we become conscious co-creators of our reality. We align our thoughts, emotions, and intentions with the highest good, and in doing so, we contribute to the collective awakening of humanity. We become beacons of light, radiating love, peace, and joy into the world. The unveiling of a new Earth is not a distant dream but a living reality that is unfolding right now. It is a call to action, a call to embrace our divine nature and participate in the evolution of consciousness. It is an invitation to step into our power and become the change we wish to see in the world. So let us come together as one global family, united in our commitment to love, peace, and harmony. Let us honor the Earth and all beings that call it home. Let us celebrate the beauty and diversity of life and recognize the sacredness that resides within each and every one of us. The journey ahead may be challenging at times, but it is also filled with infinite possibilities and miracles beyond imagination. As we courageously navigate the path of transformation, let us remember that we are not alone. We are supported by divine guidance and surrounded by a vast network of souls who are walking this path with us. Together, let us embrace the unveiling of a new earth, a world where love reigns supreme and the frequencies of consciousness are elevated. Let us step into our true power and embody the radiant beings of light that we are. And in doing so, let us create a harmonious and thriving future for ourselves, for future generations, and for the entire planet. The time is now. The call is clear. The unveiling of a new earth is upon us. Will you answer the call? Will you embrace the shift into higher frequencies? It is a choice that holds the potential to transform not only your own life but the destiny of humanity. Take a moment to close your eyes, and feel the energy pulsating within you. Feel the infinite possibilities that lie before you. Breathe in the essence of love and exhale any doubts or limitations. Open your heart wide and allow the light of your true essence to shine brightly. You are a magnificent being, capable of creating miracles. You have within you the power to transcend the old and birth the new. Trust in your inner wisdom and let it guide you on this extraordinary journey of awakening. As you navigate the path ahead, remember to cultivate self-love and compassion. Be gentle with yourself and others. Embrace the process of growth and transformation with an open heart and a curious mind. Celebrate the small victories and learn from the perceived setbacks. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step towards the realization of your highest potential. Seek out like-minded souls who are also on this path of awakening. Connect and support one another. Share your experiences, insights, and wisdom. Together, you can create a powerful ripple effect that spreads love and consciousness throughout the world. And when you encounter challenges or moments of doubt, remember the vision of the new earth, the vision of a world where love, harmony, and unity prevail. Let that vision guide you and inspire you to keep moving forward. The unveiling of a new earth is not a destination but a continuous journey, a journey of expansion, growth, and evolution. Embrace it with joy and gratitude. Embrace it with an unwavering belief in the power of love and the inherent goodness of humanity. And as you embody the higher frequencies of consciousness, remember to be a beacon of light for others. Share your love, wisdom, and compassion with the world. Lead by example and inspire others to embrace their own journey of awakening. The shift into higher frequencies is happening now. The veils are lifting, and the truth is being revealed. Embrace it. Embrace the unlimited potential that resides within you. Embrace the interconnectedness of all things. Embrace the love that flows through your being. The time is now. The unveiling of a new earth awaits. Embrace the shift into higher frequencies and step into the magnificent being that you truly are. Together, let us create a world that reflects the beauty, love, and harmony that reside within each and every one of us. Embrace the journey. Embrace the shift. Embrace the new earth. Pieces of your 3D life likely surfaced last week with unpleasant reminders of who you used to be and why. It is time to heal from that emotional battering. Perhaps you felt as if you could not go on. Even if those around you did not feel the same, they could not provide the caretaking you needed. So you felt lonely and alone. You wanted to end your 3D reminders, but others kept pulling you deeper into your emotional pain. Emotions that may have contributed to physical pain. It was as if someone attacked you from the inside out. You could not describe to anyone how deeply pained you were or why. Part or all of your pain was likely about caretaking beyond what you felt comfortable doing, even when you were of 3D. It was too much for too long. This is a healing, taking care of yourself week. If the past few days were not that difficult, you may be somewhat confused about this week's discussion. Maybe you cleared this piece earlier, or your inner being decided to do so at some future time. For those who experienced last week's pain, please know that you eradicated a deeply hidden fear. It is now time to heal. To take care of yourself. Those who were part of your difficult clearing will likely not participate in your healing. They will not understand your needs because they have needs of their own. And they are probably not in the same place as you emotionally, or they would have noted your emotional exhaustion before now. In a sense, those closest to you, including those now transitioning, are oblivious to your needs. This is why you are learning to care for yourself. While it is true that you will have the love and strength to be one with others because of your newly discovered self-love, this emotional discussion is about you finally realizing that you cannot caretake others unless you place yourself first. Similar ideas were relayed previously, but until this past week, you did not realize how deeply ingrained caretaking of others, most often loved ones, was. Last week was your wake-up call. Do you dare say no despite the ongoing needs of your loved ones? This is a question you have pondered for some time, not because you wanted those loved ones to leave your circle but because you needed them to care for themselves. And every time you indicated self-care to them, another piece arrived that forced you, in your mind, to take care of them. They expected you to. In truth, they helped create scenarios to awaken that fear deep within you. In the next few days, you will heal from the inside out. And then you will proclaim your independence from caring for them to the degree you felt you had to despite your personal needs. Once you have separated from their caretaking needs, they will either find ways of taking care of themselves, or they will discover they are no longer comfortable with you because you are not who they thought you were, the consummate caretaker. This caretaking clearing has been extremely difficult for those of you who moved through it in the past few days. So allow yourself to rest, knowing that those you have been caretaking in thought, word, or deed will likely not understand your pain or anger. This is your peace, not theirs. They would be completely comfortable with you continuing to care for them for as long as possible, such as not to blame you or the being you were caretaking, but instead to allow you to know that you no longer need to perform in that capacity. Of course, you are worried that you will do physical, emotional, or spiritual damage to that being if you discontinue your caretaking. At the same time, thinking of ongoing duties and responsibilities related to that caretaking without taking care of yourself seems impossible. You no longer have the need nor the capabilities to do so. Of course, your caretaking responsibilities will continue to hound you for a while until you allow yourself to completely break free. And so you will, because the past few days have been so emotionally and physically trying that you might break if you continue. You have nothing left for yourself, much less anyone else. It is time for you to regenerate, so allow yourself the freedom to do so. The being or beings you have been caretaking will either become more independent or will find someone to care for them as you once did. It is their choice. You cannot continue. You are emotionally, physically, and even spiritually drained. It is time to replenish yourself. The object of your caretaking has choices, just as is true for you. What will they do? Perhaps the two of you will come to a new understanding of what you both need. Or, they will move on, as will you. Or, nothing will change, and you will find yourself more and more exhausted as you notice that their needs never change. It is time to close that hidden chapter in your being. It is up to the individual or individuals you are caretaking to find their way through their needs. You cannot do it any longer. It is time for you to fly into joy, something you cannot do while maintaining the pain you now feel. Rest and regenerate before proclaiming what you will do. Use this rest time to determine what you need and why. Which is the complete opposite of what you have done for Earth lifetime after lifetime.
Whoa. That was a somewhat long question, so I may give you a somewhat long answer. We'll see how it comes out. I'm just in the now. I am here at the beginning of this message, and so are you. So, let's walk together through it. The supposition in this question that nothing matters is absolutely correct. Because this world is an illusion and is not real, what you do here, what anyone does here does not matter. Within this illusion, in 100 years, none of you will be here. Nobody will remember most or perhaps all that you have and will have done in your life. It will be nearly impossible to measure any effect, positive or negative, you have had upon the planet. Add another 1,000 years and you totally disappear. Any descendants are too far removed to have heard of you. Perhaps you left some work of art or book that can be traced to you, but those chances are slim. All vestiges of you being here physically will fade away. Nobody will know or care. It will be as if you never existed. You didn't. Whatever you choose to do or choose to not do will make the world neither more real nor less real. There is only one reason, as far as you are concerned, for your presence here, seeming to occupy a body, and that is to wake up to the truth. This body is not you. This planet is not real. It is a place where the truth of you is playing. It feels very real, it seems authentic. But your job is to wake to the truth of yourself, to find yourself in the eternal now, freed from the fantasias of past and future. When you think about what you should do and how it might make a difference, you are talking about past and future. You are talking of a past that has filled you with ideas about what one should do, or perhaps more specifically what the one called you should do, informed by parents, teachers, friends, religion, morals, and mass media. Often the question arises as to what a good person would do. You often act in a way that you believe can affect the future, to change it in a way that you deem to be better for others, for yourself, or perhaps for both. Again, we say that your action makes no difference for the world or for reaching your goals. When you follow your thoughts, which come from a past that doesn't exist, to try to change a future which doesn't exist, you are really spinning your wheels. The only certainty is that you will not fully realize the goals you have set and that you will likely not be content with whatever gains you may feel you have made. There will be a lingering sensation of failure and the thought that there is more out there for you to achieve. You might even feel that you are a total failure and sink into hopelessness. It may sound like I'm coming down heavily on the side of agreeing that it doesn't make any difference what you do, but I'm not saying that at all. You are the one who is experiencing the pain and suffering that result from following the dictates of your thoughts. What you do does make a difference for you. When you fail to achieve a goal, you experience pain. If you choose not to have goals, so that failure is impossible, you likely feel guilty for wasting your life. A possible decision in either case is to hide in one or more addictions. So it appears that I am speaking out of both sides of my mouth. First, I say that it does not matter what you do, but now I seem to be suggesting that your actions might cause you pain. It seems that no matter what you do you may suffer. Your choices and your goals will not make a difference in the world. That is because you are choosing from ideas and thoughts that come from the past, that are grounded in ignorance, brainwashing, guilt, and fear, wishing to change something that you have no hope of changing. This is a textbook example of insanity. You are trying to change what cannot be changed, and then you will likely find a target to blame for your failure, but, remembering about projection, it will come down to blaming yourself. We have been over this the past few messages. Your job is not to change the future, it is to accept the now. For most of you, your now is filled with fears. How many of you worry about financial support? Do you go off to a job each day that you wouldn't leave home for if the carrot of a paycheck were not dangled in front of you? Some of you may wake up and go to that job because there is no greater joy for you in the world for you today. Perhaps some of you do have that satisfaction, so let's plow ahead and spread the net a little wider. How many of you experience the fear that you will not have enough money, that someday you might be homeless, unable to feed yourself or your family, or at least not be able to afford the things you would like to have? If you have those fears and allow yourself to dwell upon them, then you live your life with some foreboding about the future and allow those possibilities to have an entrance. I have suggested to you that should such fears emerge, you do one of two things. Most importantly, don't invest time and energy on the thoughts. Let them go and let the next one come. If the worries seem to be repeat visitors or being felt so intensely, are hard to let go of, then look directly at the beliefs or thoughts and ask yourself if you are sure they are true. These actions support you in being in the now and in hearing your inner guidance. Dwelling on thoughts of lack and scarcity keeps you imprisoned in fear. If you look at the examples of Jesus talking about money that made it into the New Testament, you will notice that he never suggested one should worry about it. There were no recommendations to plan for your future. He said that you would be provided for, you would be taken care of. He said to leave everything and to follow him. This is the voice of spirit. Leave your thoughts and fears and follow that inner voice. That quiet, divine voice will always lead you to the perfect place. Everything is happening as it should. Your efforts to resist or change what is can only muck up your experience of the now. Let's bring this back around to action, to what you do. Perhaps you are ignoring the thoughts of lack and scarcity and are letting them go, as has been suggested, but finding yourself confronted with a choice of actions, you may realize that your fears of lack are continuing to run the show. You don't feel like going to work today, but your fears about money, supporting your family, and losing your job send you off on your way. Your actions speak louder than your words. This is where how you act becomes important. This doesn't matter to the universe, to God, to spirit, or to me. It matters to you. How you act expresses what you believe to be true. Notice when you are acting out of fear and scarcity. This is driven by false beliefs that you hold as true. If you want to accelerate this process of awakening, to shorten the time of experiencing the illusion of your separation from your divinity, then it is time to fully face your fear. It is time for you to act in accordance with your joy and your inspiration, rather than from terror. Your finances are being taken care of. You need to let that happen, or those fears of lack will be your constant companions. I hear some heavy breathing out there. Some of you are considering forwarding to the next email and ignoring this one. That's fine. Your fears will be with you until you realize they no longer serve you. My only job is to shake you. It is your job to allow yourself to be shaken out of your false beliefs. You don't have to wait to do this, but you are certainly welcome to hit the snooze button as many times as you wish. Either way, you are taken care of, but only one of those choices allows you to experience that safety. You can look into every area, every thought that comes into your mind where you notice you react out of fear. The fear may be that you are not responsible, not lovable, or not a good person. Perhaps you withhold your truth from others out of fear of their reaction, of being attacked, of not being loved, or of being abandoned. I'm not suggesting that you charge ahead saying every thought that comes to mind, as you quit your job and leave your partner. I'm not saying not to do these things either. The counting to 10 rule might be helpful, that is waiting 10 seconds before saying something to see if you are still guided to say it. Look to see why you want to say something. Do you feel hurt and wish to strike back? The end result of your speaking then will be that you are still in pain, you are yet driven by fear. Face this in yourself rather than projecting it on another. However, if you feel guided by your inner voice, go ahead and speak. Know that the other may not be ready to hear what you are offering. That doesn't matter. Let your words go without expectation of any certain response. Perhaps it will take some time for your words to be heard. Maybe the ideas will have to come another time from another source. That is not your concern. Act fearlessly in the now and remain fearlessly in the now after acting. When you withhold your words out of fear, you are not trusting. Your inaction maintains a state of fear in your life. When you believe and prejudge that a certain type of behavior is necessary for you to exhibit in order to be a good person, you are living in the prison of the past. It makes it impossible to be present.
There are no good or bad people, there are just people. Some of those people suffer greatly and some don't. Those who live from the untruths of their thoughts suffer greatly. The more certain they are in the dictates of their minds, the more they suffer. There is no way out for them. When cracks of doubt begin to emerge in the beliefs a person has been taught, then suffering can begin to lessen, then there may be a way out. Those who begin to suspect that everything they thought they knew may be untrue, have a great potential for finding the inner voice, for living in the now. These possibilities expand exponentially when you put your money where your mouth is. When you act despite fear and uncertainty, you have been acting from things you thought were true. Now you are acting in accordance with the release of those untruths. It requires courage and determination to follow such a path. The world will continue to spin around as the same insane asylum, no matter how you act. All that will change will be your perceived place in it. Such action can bring you into awareness of the now that has always existed. The past can fall away and the future does not exist. What is present is love and peace, no matter what the outer experience might be. In the now there is no scarcity of money, food, shelter, clothing, love, friendship, or meaningfulness. You will simply notice the glories that surround you while listening to your divine guidance. absolutely disconnected from the illusions of a past, or concerns about a non-existent future. You will just be in this very moment, playing the game to its fullest, unconcerned by results. The absolute awareness of and perfection of action in the now only becomes manifest when the mind has no thoughts from the past. You flow with, rather than resisting everything that comes your way. Your words and actions are directed only by that quiet but sure inner voice. Now we return to the original question. We could say that, yes, action is everything. You can lie and deceive yourself with words, but not with actions. You can be terrified by scarcity, that you won't be taken care of, and that if you follow your inner voice, your future will be endangered. You can have that fear, but if you act as if you have faith, you will find that you survive. You can realize that it is not only possible to live from the joy of your inner inspirations, but that you will thrive there. On the other hand, if you allow your terror to run your life to limit your choices, it will always be there. Fear will rule your now in such a way that you will find it nearly impossible to truly feel life, to feel the now. If you act as if you trust God and Spirit, even though you aren't sure that you do, and you persevere with such actions, no matter how many rocky moments you go through, you will reach a point of certainty that everything is being taken care of. You will realize that your little self does not have anything to worry about. That moment will never arrive as long as you try to take care of yourself, of course, failing to do that adequately. For some of you, it has taken, or will take, so much of being bumped around so hard and so many times by your failed attempts at control, that you are willing to let go of the reins and turn them over to Spirit. Let's tie this up now into a tidy little package that you will hopefully not turn into an idea, rules, and beliefs you feel you should follow if you want to wake up. Notice when fear comes into your mind, warning that certain actions are required in order to ensure your safety. Be absolutely willing to look at that. As you look at these programmed beliefs that pop up, ask yourself if you wish to live for eternity in a world where this is the truth. If the answer is no, then you can trust that the thought is not from Spirit. Spirit's thought is always to let it go, that we will take care of you. Do you wish to live in a world where you are free of responsibility? A world where you can just let go and know that everything is handled? If that's not the case for you, I apologize. You have somehow stepped into the wrong room. The classroom you seek is down the hall. Look at your actions. Are they honest? Or are you acting in a way that you would prefer not to? Notice where your fear is running you. Be willing to look directly at the fear. Dive into it. Do the 5-step process. Act as if you are fearless. I will give this guarantee, because you are not yet actually fearless. You will run into some bumps down the road. That's okay. Letting go of thousands of years of conditioning is not an easy matter. As I mentioned, it takes courage and persistence. When the horse throws you, get back on. Act as if you are fearless, and trust until it is no act. Act as if there is nothing to worry about, because Spirit has it all handled in a better way than you have ever been able to achieve. This is the truth, but you will never experience that simply by hearing these words.
The unveiling of a new earth, embracing the shift into higher frequencies. We greet you now, in this very elevated moment of your experience, when super high-frequency light is emanating from the planetary core, transforming all life, on a fundamental level and empowering the shift into the new, next octave of light. It is an amazing and beautiful time, for humanity and the world. If you go inward and focus upon your heart chakra, opening inward and activating that energy, the multidimensional vortex that is your heart chakra can bring you into resonance with this tremendous expansion happening now. We suggest you do this and orient there. We are transmitting to you today, to share a few things that will help you to navigate this time, and feel centered, clear, connected, and supported. First, ask for more of what you sense you would benefit from. Ask for guidance, wisdom, energy and clarity, support, knowing, and anything else you want or need, from all that you are and all that is. Asking is so important. Remember that although we see you and sense you and know even what might serve you, your asking empowers us to intervene in your experience. We cannot do this without you inviting us in. Secondly, feel free to ask for whatever it is you truly desire. Don't hold back. Don't compare. Simply accept what you feel as desire and ask. We encourage you to trust your desires are for you. To dare to believe that your desires matter and that we and the company of heaven are here to support you with believing in them, and in allowing them to manifest. Realize, beloved ones, that the new earth is a vision on the deepest level you all hold and also a desire you all share. The new Earth already exists, and your experience of evolution and ascension is one in which you allow this vibrational reality and the emerging physical manifestation to become a more vivid and real part of your experience. Only you can allow the new Earth to be realized by you. Of course, you are not meant to do this alone. But you wanting this experience and allowing it, lining up with it, and cultivating higher frequency states of alignment and inner connection, are essential. Only you can allow the new Earth to be realized by you and experienced by you. And it is there, available to you, now, as is your ascended aspect. Your ascended mastery is also available. Your embodied I Am presence exists beyond time and space, and as you consider this you move closer, energetically, to it. As you focus on your I Am and invite it to more fully merge with you, and connect to you, you empower your expansion and elevation. As you attune yourself to your I Am, also called by some, your monad, or your divine self, or your true self, by considering it and allowing your focus to be upon it, this energy and being in more and more resonance with this energy, becomes natural and familiar to you. The manifest energy of your I Am is already structured and present within you and is going to flow into form, as you, if and as you let it, align with it and commit to it, thereby closing the gap and allowing what needs to occur for this to be your reality, to be presented to you. You are always, repeatedly, presented with initiations and invitations to your own wholeness. As you receive and learn to welcome what presents, as you begin to trust and then live in faith, believing you are being led, the way becomes clearer. Less overwhelming and simpler. You recognize that everything presenting to you is an indication of how you are present and initiating and inviting you into your own wholeness. You begin to appreciate what is arising in your experience. It's communicating with you and guiding you. Helping you to orient, adjust, clear things out, create more inner space, elevate, release, uplevel, again and again. As you relate to what comes into your experience more and more, with love, with openness, with a willingness to participate in each moment, with as much presence as you can, and to be open and loving and do your best, everything softens and opens and you begin to allow more and more energy and support and connection and clarity into your experience. This is a wonderful way to feel your life unfolding and flowing. We are eager for that moment when it really sinks in for you that you have never ever needed to be perfect to accomplish the intentions you hold, or to manifest the desires you want. In fact, it is actually that feeling that you do, that keeps you in comparison, which fuels competition, and keeps you in diminished states of self-love. So we recommend that you release the idea that you need to be anything other than who you are. Let it go, as something you now understand to be a lower frequency view, a misunderstanding and not serving you, so, no longer needed. And feel the relief of that. Beautiful, beloved ones, each of you are here, to be you. As you are. Your uniqueness matters. The richness of your world is your diversity. Each of you being who you are, is how the world will elevate and be exalted. And as you begin to understand this, you can be free, if you let yourself. At some point, you will realize that as you are, there is nothing wrong with you and you can be honest and open and who you truly are and honor yourself and what feels right to you, and that in this relationship to yourself, everything can flow and you can simply let things come to you. That you only need to know what's needed right now. That you don't have to control things and that doing so, actually diminishes what is possible. If you relax more and try out what we are saying, you'll find you are already okay. Enough. Have what you need for right now. And you can ask and open within yourself to feel the clarity that will serve you in this moment. Feeling your way, too, by what feels right. That's how you know what to do and how to be. It's not complicated. It's actually all very clear and simple if you're paying attention to yourself. It is when you try to make things happen through others that you get off track. When you try to earn their approval or love, or when you try to get them to like you or appreciate you. Or when you feel you have failed them and that you must do whatever you can so that they are happy. None of this serves you and it disorients you from your inner connection and flow, which is your center and source. You are sovereign and free, and so is everyone else. You're in it together, and we're in this with you. All of you are sovereign and free, and it is in your freedom that you choose love and choose yourselves. Align with your truth over and over again, and it is that inner devotion that brings oneness into being and allows you to become the embodied I am. That is the aim here, folks, to be who you truly are, all of you, in wholeness, here. And then? You'll emanate that coherence into the collective and feel the joy of it, the unconditional knowing of all is well, and get on with helping the rest of the world do the same. For each of you know, fundamentally, that you're meant to move forward into this new world, this new golden future, with as many of you coming along as choose to, and you are each helping each other with this, as you align within and cultivate harmony within yourself and open to all that you are, with love, and embrace yourself fully. The more clear and true you are, the more you emanate coherence into collective consciousness. The more you align with who you truly are and follow your bliss, choose joy, and live with faith in this vaster divine plan unfolding, the more your centered and aligned coherence gives you joy and inspires others. That is what's always been needed to live wholeness, or oneness, or to rise in frequency. Simply embrace yourself fully and love yourself fully, and then live from that and your inner connection to truth. Do what calls to you. Be who you are, naturally. And know that is the gift you are giving to yourself and the world. And everything that we all look forward to seeing you realize, is rooted in that knowing. That you are, beautiful and lovable and worthy of it all, as you are. This is the great remembering that is occurring in your world. The remembering of your divinity, your innate belonging, and your innate abundance and value. All of you matters, and all of you is beautiful and holy and worthy of anything you might want, and ask for it, and see how much easier it is to allow it, when you realize you're okay, already. Nothing is wrong with you. Nor was there ever. So you're in an experience, together, collectively, in which you are letting go of what was, and moving into what you've created through experiencing what is. And you, knowing this, can shift your focus from what is, which is dissolving, into feeling your way into what is arising within you, and that will open up your flow. That will open up your life, to what is new and higher and available to you. Already. Now. And this flow of higher light and the manifestations and realization that can be translated from this, are expanding, too, increasing all the time, and more and more and more is becoming available. And within you too, more and more and more of what you know and have experienced and integrated within your eternal wholeness, is going to arise within you and be available to you to live, form and use, as you open and love yourself, becoming more and more inclusive of all that you are. Everything welcomed. Everything appreciated. Everything celebrated. Everything that you are comes online. This is what is arising now, the invitation into being your true self. What is before you is inviting you into wholeness. Let it be your way home. Let the simple act of stepping fully into each present moment, with awareness there, open to what is there, and then doing with it, what feels true to you. Let this be how you live. And if you do this simple and very direct, genuine thing, of being present to your own experience and honoring it, being true to yourself in it, and handling whatever is before you as best you can, then, the acceleration and pieces that were missing that then fall into place and fill everything in, will astonish you. Perpetual fulfillment is what this feels like, and it is increasingly available now. As flow. As openness. As genuine presence, and in a state of self-love and recognition that each of you is unique and important, and that all ways of being add up to make what is arising, possible. No role is more important. No person is better than any other. We are not better than you, either. Everything that is simply invited each moment to fulfill the function of that which it is. And you can start doing this now. And if you do, your experience of life will open up and expand in ways that give you tremendous satisfaction and joy. This is the promise of truth. We encourage you, friends, to let this message sink in. Using your innate wisdom, verify that what we are speaking of is something you innately know and understand. Then let it unleash within you hope, enthusiasm, and confident playfulness as you awaken each day, knowing you were made for this and all is well. We love you very much.